Hey guys, it's Abe here with a brand new episode of Lincoln Rock Reviews. I have to start off with two apologies. I have a cold, so I'm going to be coughing occasionally throughout the video, and I do apologize for that. And my second apology is I haven't uploaded any videos in a while, and I'm going to be making a video talking about why, and a video talking about the restart of the channel. So today we're actually going to be talking about Trivium. Yes, we're actually going to be talking about Trivium's Ascendancy. Check it out. Yeah. So we're actually going to be reviewing the special edition, and we're going to talk about the record and some of the really cool stuff about this record. So let's start off with the track by track. So the record starts off with The End of Everything, Rain, Pull Harder on Your Strings of Your Martyr, Drown and Torn Asunder, Ascendancy, A Gunshot to the Head of Trepidation, Like Light to Flies, Dying in Your Arms, The Deceived, Suffocating Sight, Departure, Declaration, Blinding Tears Will Break the Skies, Washing Me Away in the Tides, Master of Puppets, and then the Dying in Your Arms radio edit. Those last four tracks are actually the bonus tracks that come with the special edition. So I'm going to actually talk about some of the main tracks that are the most notable from the record, and talk about why I love this record, and then we're going to talk about what I rate the record. So the very beginning of this record starts off with The End of Everything. This is an acoustic, kind of dark, ominous track. It definitely has that end of the world type style to it. And if you've gotten the chance to check out the 10th anniversary edition track by track commentary by Matt, the lead vocalist from Trivium, he actually talks about that and says that's what their goal was for the track. It was actually to set the mood for the entire record, which was really cool and really well done. This leads directly into the track Rain. Rain is one of my top favorites on this record because of the intensity of the track. It starts off and just completely catches you off guard. The epic, thrashy, melodic sound just tears open everything. The record is phenomenal, and definitely between The End of Everything and Rain, it sets the bar for this record, and it set it quite high. Now, listening to the rest of the record, I wasn't sure if it was still going to continue, but I was surprised to find out that they had major kick-ass songs like Pull Harder on the Strings of Your Martyr, the next track after that, that has actually become one of their biggest songs. I also wanted to talk to you about the title track. The title track is definitely one of the more notable songs. It actually is like a summarization of like the record itself, which is really cool. And even though it's still early on in the record, it still has all of the elements from every single song on the record, which definitely makes it worth it. And then there's my personal favorite song on the record. It's the 6th track, A Gunshot to the Head of Trepidation. This song is absolutely face-melting. Heavy as hell, thrashy as hell, and has a ridiculously catchy chorus. Trivium has some amazing choruses and terrific fucking transitions on this. And I think that's why this record definitely is boom when it comes to heavy metal. This is definitely one of the albums that I would say if you're a modern metal band and you're trying to start up now, this is one of those records you should try to live by or work by. And it's definitely one of my huge inspirations. Trivium has become one of my absolute favorite bands, and this is actually my second favorite album by Trivium. My favorite being Shogun. So then I wanted to talk to you about the 7th track, which is Like Light to Flies. This track was the track that actually got Trivium signed. When you listen to the track, you can definitely tell that it is you can tell why they got there. It definitely shows off a lot of their talent. Has that extreme thrashy melodic sound, and kind of has that feeling, that Trivium sound that they have been known for. It definitely has that sound in there, especially during the chorus. The other track is the 8th track, Dying in Your Arms, which we also have 2 versions of that on the special edition. Dying in Your Arms has become like the major radio hit for Trivium, and actually an interesting piece of an interesting fact, I should say, that I found out from the track-by-track commentary is that when they wrote the song Dying in Your Arms, they actually, some of the people from the record label said that it wouldn't fit, and it wouldn't be good enough, and they said just to scrap it. They ended up obviously going against that and putting it out, and it ended up being their big hit, their major radio hit. And to me, that's one of the cool things, and definitely a lot of bands have that story. One other notable one is Stained. When they were recording the record Break the Cycle, they also had that instance with songs like It's Been a While and Outside, 2 of their absolute hugest hits. So sometimes it's good not to listen to your record label. That is a lesson we have learned. And definitely when you listen to Dying in Your Arms, it is one of those songs that's extremely catchy. It's well rounded out, and it's one of those songs that you can tell that it's meant to be what it's meant to be. I also wanted to talk about the special edition tracks in general, to have more in-depth, I should say. So, Blinding Tears and Washing Away, these 2 tracks are the main bonus tracks. These tracks actually sound like they were, like they actually came from the record. Say, if you didn't have the special edition, you almost can't tell that these songs were that were not a part of that the initial record. Definitely are. If they were like cut from the original record, I don't exactly see why, because they're definitely up to par and equal on almost every song, equal level on every song on the main record. Definitely worth getting the special edition, especially for those 2 tracks. But I also wanted to talk about the cover of Metallica's Master of Puppets. Now, I don't say this a lot, but this is one of the covers that I really like almost better than the original. And that's extremely hard for me to say, because Master of Puppets was one of my gateway metal albums. And Master of Puppets, the track, is obviously one of the first major songs that I always tried to learn. And I actually have like the tablature book for Metallica's Master of Puppets. Definitely, they did a phenomenal job. It sounds heavier than the original, which is, again, one of the crazy things to say. But it's definitely worth it, and with those and the radio edit of Dying in Your Arms, those 4 tracks definitely make the special edition worth it. They also get a DVD which has all the music videos and about 4 or 5 songs live from a live concert in London. It's a really cool concert little thing. It gives you a little like experience of Trivium if you've never been able to see them live. Unfortunately, I haven't seen them live just yet. Definitely going to if they come around to the for a full U.S. tour this year. I think they might actually be heading into the studio this year. So maybe even some new Trivium towards the end of this year, maybe next year, which definitely I will be doing a review on that. So that wraps up the record. So let's get into the rating. So this is definitely one of my top 5 favorite metal albums. Absolutely top 5 favorites. Definitely with the Blackening by Machine Head, as well as LD50 by Mudvayne. Some of those, so it's definitely up there again with Shogun. I will be reviewing more of their records, just so you know. I'm probably going to start a discography some point soon. But overall, my rating for this record is a 10 out of 10. Now, that is going to be a very rare thing for my channel. I will do that for maybe 7 other albums. So this is definitely one of my top favorite albums. And although I'm just now recently getting into Trivium, it has definitely jumped its way into several of my top 10 lists. So now that we've finished the review, I wanted to let you know that hopefully this week I will be doing the Shogun album. And I would going to also talk more about some of my other things that are going to be happening on this channel. I will have a video, I'm thinking, Wednesday to talk to you guys about that. And so with all that, I just want to wrap this video up for you guys. It's already about 10-11 minutes or so. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And go check out Trivium's Ascendancy.